You have been the Chronic's rabbit hole, and Lone Wolf, thank you so much for bringing yourself back down the rabbit hole with some new and exciting poetry. I'm really excited to get into your spoken word poetry once more, especially having a nice chat with you on our live stream that we had on our Patreon, and we were kind of talking about editing and writing and like where we kind of go with it. And it was cool to hear about how you really write your raw poetry. So that was really, really cool. I'm really excited to get into the kindness and the wolf, which is what you were bringing to us today. This is about Roe v. Wade. So this is going to be a very strong, very touchy subject that we're going to be getting into, but I know that you're going to attack it with the most amazing poetry that you always have. This is a spoken word poem by Lone Wolf himself, so this is going to be a ton of fun.
Very excited because of your last request. It's definitely bleeding into what I think you have presented for us right now. And if you guys who are new here and are not part of our Patreon yet are interested in hearing that conversation with Lone Wolf and Alana, and or getting your own requests like Lone Wolf, we do have free trials going on as well. But let's jump into the unkindness and the wolf now. The Unkindness and the Wolf is a spoken word poem you wrote after being introduced to Delilah Bond's anthem, Dead Men Don't Rape, which we just reacted to go check out if you haven't before doing this. Both Delilah's song and my spoken word were inspired by the overturning of Roe v. Wade. A group of ravens are known as the Unkindness. Moreover, in the wild, wolves and ravens are known to help and even befriend each other. And unkindness will circle around a dead carcass, showing the wolves where food is. And the pack of wolves has eaten, they will make a circle around the carcass remains so the ravens also can eat. That's so dope. I love animals. Furthermore, raves are known to befriend your wolf pups, playing with them and generally keeping them safe. There is no scientific reason for this partnership. Just like us and a kitty, apparently wolves got ravens. That's so cool.
That is cool.
That's actually new news to me. I went through 2 or 3 versions of my poem before finally writing this one. I really wanted to match the level of rage Delilah has in her song. I also wanted to highlight who the overturning affected the most: Indigenous women, girls, and women of color. Of course, although the story in my spoken word is fictional, it is also very, very real. A visual effect I use in some parts are meant to represent the rage, madness, and helplessness women and girls may feel having their rights being taken away. This is something I could not express through words, so I portrayed it visually instead. Although I think the lack of background music only adds to the raw emotion I express in this piece. This is the first and I think only video where you had to hold back while shooting a video. The reason being I did not want to take away from the rawness or message I was trying to get across. Similar to Delilah Bond, I also blew my voice out shooting this video. This is one of my favorite poems and video combinations you've ever done to date, and we're very excited to check this out. And thank you for doing something that means so much to you and so many other people around the world.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf. I'm really excited to get into this one and to see what is in store for us as you embody that female rage. So thank you so much.
Here we go, y'all. The unkindness. Yeah, that's loud. So cool. Thanks for that knowledge, Lone Wolf.
Wolves and ravens, independent and strong, misunderstood and mysterious. Nature's friends without reason. A scavenger and a predator working together to win the game of nature. The unkindness guiding the pack protecting the unkindness. The unkindnesses and the pack's love bring about a new bundle of joy. Swept away, ectopic pregnancy. Shut up! I have much more to say. God damn it! God damn it! My lover, my raven, I am her wolf. our unborn baby. Emergency, emergency horn. My lover, my black raven, I am her wolf indigenous. Because we lack privilege, this day is now disastrous. Hopes of being a family, so joyous and loving, our bond never ending, now shattered down to nothing. God damn it! God damn it! Abolishment of bodily rights means thy raven has no fight. Abolishment of bodily rights means thy child will not see light. What gives you the right to abolish feminine bodily rights? What gives you the right to endanger disadvantaged lives? What gives you the right to empower the prey to prey, rape, impregnate, disintegrate the pack? Who gave you the right to murder the unkindness without order? God damn it! God damn it! I am disgusted I'm male. To all my sisters, non-binary and cis, black, Hispanic, indigenous, anyone with a uterus, anyone disadvantaged. To all my brothers, please come join us. This is a call to arms. Together, they cannot control us. Together, they cannot stop us. The unkindness guides the pack. The pack protects the unkindness. God damn it!
Oh, what an interesting visual. I love
it. God damn it!
Wow.
To the worthless... To the worthless cowards that decided to regress, oppress, wolves and the unkindness will come for your necks. I am not going apeshit. You are an ape-sized piece of shit. We will not stand for this slaughter of our sisters and our mothers anymore. Justice, equality, retribution will not be given. Sovereignty of the unkindness will be fucking taken. God damn it!
Wow. What real rage. That didn't even feel like acting one bit, and yet still embodied and control to what you were saying to try to get your point across. That was really well done and fully. I love your one take feel still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm such a stickler where there's some moments where I even would have paused there and like try to do a little clip thing. But what I love about the spoken word is that's how it would be when you're doing it in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this feels like you're at a fire and you're like hearing a story
or a poetry barn.
I'm
or
even just thinking
like
in like hanging with the indigenous people and like how they would be telling their stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost sometimes how I feel like it's like an elder being told like through Lone Wolf Poetic, how that's like the type of vibe I get through spoken word poetry. So this like was really tough and made me think exactly why this reversal really does affect so many people, and we always forget you're a child still. I'm a child still. Everyone's someone's child that needs protection still with whatever they're going through. So even if there's so many ways that people are for or against even that stuff, that's why there was a reversal of the actual order. But I really see both sides, to be honest, of why people want these things or don't want these things. But at the end of the day, we live in a place in Canada where we have these rights.
And it's handled so differently
and it's handled so differently where I've never even had to fully push come to shove, what is my position type of feel. You know what I mean? So like, it's so easy to say these things, but like, if something happened to you, where say you got the R word happened to you right now, I would hope I don't know what we would want to do with that. If you got pregnant from that, that's a devastating thought of the damage that it does to everyone in the family moving forward from that too, even good or bad, that
what
comes from it.
happens to the woman, what happens to the family, what happens to
So it's having
everyone.
the choices in those moments where I can see that's where the wolf right now, and you could really, the lone wolf poetic, you felt that wolf really want to protect as the pact of these what was it called,
the ravens.
No, what was the unkindness, which I thought was just such an interesting form, because the unkindness, they really don't have much they can do, and like they are the scavengers. So it was such a good representation for the male and female in the humans right now, and what role they need to do for each other to survive in this nature, right?
Absolutely. And like I really like how lone wolf, I really like how at the very beginning of this you mentioned an ectopic pregnancy, as well as like the First Nations the minority communities, and what they've experienced, especially in America. Not like, yes, in Canada as well, but especially in America, how there is a lot of systemic aspects that are happening to them, which cause them to not get the best medical care.
Of course.
Right. And one of the things being an ectopic pregnancy. So like when Roe v. Wade was overturned, a lot of it was overturned on the aspect of using abortion for birth control. Essentially, that is the biggest conversation that kind of came up from it.
Yeah.
Nobody really took into account when they voted against it how small of a percentage that actually is, and where a lot of the times having to use it as a medical having the right to it as a medical procedure is to, for example, ectopic pregnancies, where if a woman has an ectopic pregnancy in the fallopian tube, or it migrates outside of the uterus entirely into the recess of the body, how deadly and detrimental that is to the mother.
Yeah.
And so it's actually taking people's lives because they're not able to get the medical care to deal with mutations, deformations, or aspects that are happening within the body.
Completely understand.
And so there have been many issues where I remember when we got pregnant, I believe it was with Isaac, and I was in the hospital, and the lady next to me, I could overhear them because there was just a curtain between us. She had an ectopic pregnancy.
I think that was Isaac, yeah.
I think that was Isaac, because I was telling you about it. And the doctor told her what the next process had to go through, or it would take her life. And I remember listening to that conversation that was happening.
Okay, yeah.
And thank God we're in Canada, where not only is that a right that women have, but it is also a medical procedure that takes place in a hospital. So for the Americans that are watching this, we don't actually call it abortion, we call it day surgery.
Yes.
So there's a completely different connotation or no connotation along with it that gives like negative aspects to the women.
Yeah.
So it's just called day surgery. It happens in a hospital, not in a clinic. It takes place by doctors, not like, yes, I'm sure it takes place by doctors in America too, but it's not happening in like a Planned Parenthood society or a clinic or like some for-profit thing. It's covered by the government. It's free. It's not for making money, and it's simply for medical procedures. And but there are aspects within it that can get abused, and I think I come off a little bit standoffish around the topic because, and I mentioned this in the last video, and I'll mention it again in this one, I was put in a position where I was in a very abusive situation, and I was literally told that I had to terminate or my life was over. That was the choice that I was given.
You or the baby.
And it was either me or the baby, and that was not given to me by a doctor. That was given to me by my partner at the time. Yeah. So having a threat like that on your life, and then going through with day surgery gives you regrets for the rest of your life. No kidding. So there's also things that need to be put in place to protect women from situations, life-threatening situations like that, where you're in abusive where you have abusive partners, and women often, like you're saying, the unkindness that women have to be protected from, it's coming from so many different places, where like you need to make sure that women are protected so that they can get medical care for ectopic pregnancies or whatever it is that they're going through that needs that to happen, where they can get treated with dignity in the medical field around the situation or the choices that they have decided to take for whatever reason they're taking that choice. And then make sure that they're not being forced into a choice that's being made for them because they're in a situation where their life is being threatened. Right. Yes. So, because I think there's, it's not really talked about, the amount of times where women are forced into choices through abuse. And I think it all has to be talked about on all sides of it. And I'm really happy that you're bringing to light about Roe v. Wade, especially on the topic of this is a medical procedure that needs to happen for medical reasons. Regardless of the reason, it is medical based. It is not just.
And we're advancing, y'all. We're not supposed to be regressing. Like everything's moving this way too. So if we do that, what's next? Like I think that's the scariest part about those pushbacks.
If you're pushing back and if this is a right that has been fought for people to have, and then you're taking it away, what's to say what the next right you're going to take away is?
You better hope like marriage doesn't get taken away for the people that fought for so long to be able to do that too, right? Because that's really where a lot of that also goes on to the next tentacle from that too. So it's a spider web. There's so many different things connected. With all that said, I'm gonna flip it back to before ending this. Just this, like you said, Lone Wolf was probably one of my favorites for your execution as well. There was many moments where I even had to say out loud, I was like, yeah, but that was a really good rhyme. That was really good. Even though this is like a tough part right here, but it's like, damn, like I just want to say this. The rhyme was really good. Yeah. It flowed very beautifully. This indigenous rhyme. It was that one specifically when he was going through that line. That one really stood out for me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this as well too. Definitely go check out our previous one to Den Men Don't Rape as well, because that is a good one to do before this to kind of build onto that rage and why people want something to change again and some retribution and all that too. So hopefully you guys had a good time with us. If you did, hit the like button, comment down below some of your thoughts and opinions on this as well. And if you just want to help us, put in comments also help too. But hit the subscribe button if you're not a Chronican yet. Go to Lone Wolf Poetics channel as well and go subscribe there if you have not yet. Also, go check out all of our other reactions to Lone Wolf Poetic stuff too if you enjoyed the spoken word poetry style as well too. But if you also want to be like Lone Wolf Poetics, we have Patreon free trials where you can get your own reaction requests as well. We have 4 tiers. 2 of them have them. They're the later tiers. But we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. And thank you for staying along with us to the very end through such a polarizing and difficult reaction, because it really is such a true topic that needs to be talked about more regardless of the position you sit on it. I think it is something that needs to be discussed openly, so that it just brings to light like, hey, there are things that need to be addressed on all sides of the situation. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Lone Wolf and being here for his reaction or his poetry that we've reacted to, and definitely go support him as well. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us. Peace and love, Chronicans. God bless you. Take care, and bye for now. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of the video. It's so good to see you here. And if you would like to continue in supporting us in our future endeavors, you can do so by supporting us over here. And if you really like this band or artist that you listen to in this video, you can support them right here. And we think you might like this video right here. So remember to click it and continue on your trip down the rabbit hole. Thank you so much, Chronicans. Thank you so much. Peace and love.